for example, a Tetris here, which is going to freeze up my computer. Wow. Nice, wonderful time for a guru there. So welcome to my workbench, friends. I just want to show you around a new game I got from R16-815. Well, it's a game I've already shown you all before in a previous video where I went about showing you some of the smaller games, you know, that might run on top of a workbench via intuition. If you're interested in seeing that, I will put a link on the upper right there for you, as well as the descriptions. But today we're going to look at WBPong by my friend R16. 815 RJD. This is version 1.1. I showed off, I believe, a beta build of it before it was even in its final stages, but he's worked on it a little bit more, and I believe this is going to be his final incarnation, I believe. And well, here's the instructions for us. 10 points per opposition miss, double points in the bonus round, win after getting 200 overall. Controls, A and D for left and right, and S. I always forget there's an S. S is save our souls, and that is an oh shit kind of an option, which will automatically put your paddle in the correct position. Apparently, has our previous scores. We were on hard, and the player got 50, and the CPU got 150. We're gonna start off in normal difficulty to show you guys what it looks like here on my setup in normal, and I'm going to take these out to speed up the game a tiny bit more. I do believe the game has some issues occasionally on my setup, I believe, because I have 8 colors in working with Workbench. RJD, he noticed these issues when I was doing my last video, and he took care to see if... So when you press S to save your soul, you gotta remember you're still... it looks like it'll take you where the ball is at that exact moment, so keep in mind you're still going to want to move a little bit. There we go, I used it correctly there. I believe R16-815, he noticed it was running a little slow on my particular setup. I believe that is all because of how I'm using this Magic Workbench. I hacked Magic Workbench into Workbench 1.3 because I do like having those 8 color icons for my setup. But I do have a handy tool. While I'm pressing a key to move the paddle, it slows down ever so slightly. I don't believe this is how it is intended. So what I'm going to do, if we take that out, I'm going to show you guys another. While we're in Workbench, why not show you some of my Workbench tools really quick? One of many tools I have is called WBPlane, and this will subtract the bitplanes or add them. You can add a whole lot of bitplanes. I could have 64 colors on here if I wanted to, but this is the normal 4 color. It will definitely make my particular setup look a little ugly, but this is, I believe, how it was properly designed. So let's try it again and see if it runs. Yes, it does. I can already tell it's running a little smoother with only 4 colors for Workbench here. Actually, I don't mind saying that I believe RJD believes this as well as I do, is that the game is actually a lot more fun in hard difficulty. So we're going to quickly switch from the default normal, which is, this is your standard game of Pong. It's a wonderful, hey, this is the first game ever put onto a television screen, really. It's your standard game of Pong slash tennis, really. So we will restart WBPong, and this time we're going to go into the hard difficulty, and this one's is a lot faster now. Woohoo! Yeah, this is what I am talking about. Yeah. Oh. I don't care, win or lose. Whoa! This is a hell of a lot of fun when it's going this fast. It's a lot of fun. I'm not. I guess I'm not particularly that good. Oh, I just started it. Really, this is oh. God, I don't know how many uses do we get out of the save our souls option. I don't know if it's endless. I think it's 2. Is it 2? I think it's 2. And it seems like the game takes pity on our souls once in a while. If the computer, and I imagine you as well, if the score gets a little out of hand, you will be presented with a larger paddle, and the computer will get a smaller paddle, so you can hopefully get your score back up there. That is a wonderful, nice little feature there. So your game might equalize itself a little better in the long term. Well, I'm doing the standard YouTube Let's Player curse here with talking while I am playing. I love these videos. I love when I can talk while I'm actually playing the game, because it definitely gives you a different perspective, and it doesn't matter how I do the videos, it's always off the cuff, but this just gives it all fresh or whatever, and I definitely enjoy those. Although with the more in-depth stuff, well, you got no choice. For me in particular, I have no choice but to give it post-commentary, but it's always off-the-cuff post-commentary. And this is a fantastic game. Why is it a fantastic game? Well, it's just Pong. He knows this. We all know this. It's Pong. It's one of the first games ever made, but it's you always had it in some form or another. We have Pong. It survives. It stands the test of time. It is always an addictive, fun little thing to do. God, it really does slow down. Why is it slowing down now, though? Is it because of the paddle size? Or maybe the score? I don't know. I can't blame it on my Workbench anymore, because we are in the proper 4 colors. Not that it's any less fun. It's isn't that a little strange though? But it's fine. This is you're not meant to play this game for 2 hours on end. You're meant to. This is for the power users out there. Are you a power user? Do you work inside of Workbench? Do you have a hard drive? Do you have many applications and software that you may run on your machine? If that's you, if you are one of those people, then this is a must-have, I believe, because hey, we all like to fuck around a little bit. We all like to play a little bit. We don't always know. We like to sometimes we like to turn on the Amiga, not knowing exactly what we're going to use it for, not knowing exactly what we're going to do, just to look at what we have. Well, that was odd there. It just went right through my paddle. Well, whatever. Oh, I lost. It came close at the end there, didn't it? Now, for curiosity's sake, I kind of want to knock down my bitplanes one more, which would make it faster than designed. This will be... Take it... Hey! Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, this will take it to a mono display, where we are literally looking at black and white pictures. Let us see how it behaves in this type of environment. See how it will run here, if any better at all. Oh, it won't. Ha ha! It's funny. Okay. Okay, so if you want a super hard mode, check out WBPong in with one bitplane. The enemy's paddle does not even show up because it's using one of our other colors. It's not using one of the. It's not using black. It's not using black or white. Therefore, it's not showing up. It's one of the other two colors. That's funny. That's funny. Finally, I think I want to show you for the last bit. Show you how it was designed, because I know RJ16815. I know he was using. I know he was designing this in WinUAE with Workbench 1.3. So hey, I have Workbench 1.3, even if I have hacked in my own 8-color setup here. I nevertheless I have Workbench 1.3 forever and for always. Workbench 1.3 all the way with this Amiga user. But I know he designed it using the classic, beautiful, you know, black, white, orange, blue setup, and therefore, you know, I'm capable of showing that off to you. Let's show off WBPong in the classic Workbench mode, shall we? And here it is. Oh, I'm always surprised at how much more memory I get when I don't have the hard drives loaded. So it's the best it's ever gonna play, I imagine. Put it here on the empty folder. WBPong. I guess he designed it. Did he design it? Maybe he designed it for my gray look. I don't know. I know he designed it originally in Workbench 1.3 as well, and I think he even designed it in NTSC mode. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think he was catering to me. Isn't that's wonderful? People are catering to me. Oh, I wish they all did. Because well, yeah, I have to say, thank you very much for giving us a icon there. Originally it was via command line. I had to open up the shell to run WBPong, which is it's no big issue for me personally. Nevertheless, woo! Yeah, this one now it's nice and smooth and fast. It's no issue for me personally to load up the shell command, but I figured for other people out there who might be wanting to get this little game for themselves, that you know, icon helps. And since then, I've actually I figured out how to make my own icons, but you know, they're not sort of. I can make like a default sort of icon. If you go into directory Opus, normally I use Diskmaster. Diskmaster is just by far a better organized, shows more icons on the screen and such. I'm a Diskmaster fan, but I do open directory Opus on occasion for some you know, certain functionality that it has over Diskmaster, and one of them is you can create an icon using directory Opus, and Diskmaster claims you can do that, but in practice its icon creation tool doesn't seem to work for me. Directory Opus has such a tool, but it's, you know, it's a default type of icon that everything's going to get when you use it. RJ16815, he took it upon himself here to make his own little icon there. I would like to request something from R16815, if I may. Could you, by any chance, make a video where you show exactly your process there for creating that icon? I know there is some kind of tool built into Workbench that allows that. I think I fiddled with it once or twice, but I think I didn't. For me, it wasn't useful because I could only use 4 colors with it. I've always been trying to figure out how in the hell do I edit icons. I can't make an icon myself. I don't have, you know, the artistic senses to create my own icon. I can, however, mess with other people's stuff and get it more to my liking. I've never been able to edit an icon, I mean, especially the 8 color icons. I've never been able to figure out anything that will, show me them. Not Personal Paint doesn't do it. Deluxe Paint don't do it. I've never been able to figure out how the fuck do I edit these info tools in order to make my own icon. At least in 8 colors. Now, there's a lot of tools available, but they all seem to be focused on the 4 color ones, so I imagine that's just what R16-105 did. He might have used the built-in one. Nevertheless, regardless of how you did it, and whether or not it would work with 8 colors or not, I don't care. I would request a video from you just showing off the process for creating an icon. I think that would be a very interesting video. If you're willing to do that, I think that would be an excellent watch. Yes, R16-815. He does on occasion make a video or two. He did make several videos on his overall creation for this game in its beta phase, which I will also point you guys to. So definitely check his channel out if you like what he does. Make a comment or subscribe and stuff. Here it is in the classic blue, as I imagine. I guess I'm pretty damn sure it was designed this way. We are supposed to be, our paddle is supposed to be the white paddle. The enemy computer there is supposed to be the black paddle, and the ones that show up are supposed to be. Oh wow, look at that! It's almost. Now I know. When it comes up white like that, it almost it makes it look like it was designed in Notepad. There, it's kind of cool. Let's do it one more time. Again, I came close. Once I start zoning out and just talking to you guys, I become much better than when I'm actually thinking about it. It's the overall thoughts on this game. It's same as my original thoughts on it. It's a simple Workbench game that you go to every once in a while because you can't think of anything else to do really. As a game of Pong, it is 100% functional and fun, as all Pong games are. As an Amiga intuition game that works right on top of Workbench and allows you to multitask things while this is going on in the background and such. It is extraordinarily impressive from that point of view. It's extraordinarily impressive from the point of view that nobody makes anything like this these days. Nobody really made them that much back in the day either. You just don't see too many of these types of games being made, and it's wonderful. Not only that, it runs off of the base hardware, and even when you are loading that base hardware up with quite a lot of other things, like my 8-color Workbench, it still plays well enough to be enjoyed. You'll have fun with it. So if you are a power user that has software, not just games running, or if you do like to tinker with these littler games, definitely should pick this one up. I will provide a download link to you in the description. I'll also have a written review up on my blog, shot87.blogspot.com, if you guys want to check that one out. I'll put some pictures of it up as well. Nice and fun. Quickly, I will also show you guys how this one is looking via PAL mode. For my European friends out there, this is what it might look for you guys. I'm now running the computer via PAL mode. I get the feeling that he had designed this one for me. Ha ha ha. Thank you, R16815. Good. NTSC, I just don't get any love these days. But it still seems perfectly functional and perfectly functional and playable in PAL mode, despite PAL mode is slightly slower than NTSC. Looks like the screen up here is a little smaller via PAL mode as well, but you know, all perfectly enjoyable. Yeah, nice and fun no matter what type of Amiga you have. So definitely check the descriptions and such and get this game for yourself. It comes in a zip file, so you can unzip that on the Amiga yourself if you have the proper tool. Otherwise, send it over via, Amiga Explorer or ADF Sender Terminal. Or just run it via emulation if you have to. You might have to know a tiny bit about the Amiga in order to get this one running. Simply because it's not its own ADF. It's not quite so. Tiny bit of a litmus test to play this one. Oh, fine. Well, fine. The only people that are really going to want to play this one are people who already have, somewhat of a power user background, because you're fiddling around in Workbench. That is the whole enjoyment to this game. Is you like fiddling around, and this is a perfect game to go to when you're bored and you're fiddling around with such. And once you're done with it, you fool around for a few minutes, and maybe you'll have thought of something else you'd rather do in that time period. Wonderful little intuition game. And you guys, if any of you guys out there are coders, please, by all means, comment in the descriptions and link me to some of your stuff. I'd love to show off some more intuition desktop type of games. I hope it's good, though, because if it's not, I'm not. Just because you send it to me doesn't mean I'm going to be easy on you. As long as I'm happy with it, I will be praiseful for it. And this is something I'm very happy with. I think this is the perfect type of game, and it's for what it is. It's absolutely wonderful, and I believe he has programmed it. That reminded me, because it went up and down a couple times there straight, and that reminded me why he made it in the first place, I believe. Because I made a couple of videos about Arkanoid, and how in certain situations it wasn't programmed intelligently enough to understand that the thing was going up and down in an endless loop. And it was terrible. Like, you gotta program a tiny bit of randomness in there. Hopefully not unfair randomness, but there's got to be a tiny bit of randomness in there. And I remember R16815 discussing that with me. I think that is part of the reason why he created it in the first place. Is he wanted to make a little more intelligent of a Pong game, which wouldn't do that kind of such. And that's WBPong, everybody. That was it in PAL mode. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all check it out. Works in NTSC or PAL mode. Hopefully you will check out his videos, and I will see you all later. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.